Mic check, mic check.
Oh, I like how original Northrups. It's actually 5:04.
It's close
And
enough.
we're watching Chelsea and Tony live, and apparently we're not too blessed to be stressed.
Today's at a very special time, which has messed up everything. It's Monday, which we needed to do because we're going to be away on Thursday.
So that's nice.
Who makes all this possible, Chelsea?
Squarespace. Whether you need a domain, website, or online store, make your next move with Squarespace. You can start your free trial today at squarespace.com/Tony and enter the offer code portfolio to get 10% off your first purchase. Thanks, Squarespace.
We'll take a look at a couple of Squarespace portfolios today. So visit sdp.io/link if you have one or a different type of Squarespace site, and we'll take a look at it midway through the show.
I have good news for you.
What's that?
People have been saying that we remind them of the Shreddy Ball skit on SNL.
Oh,
like,
awesome.
Oh, like whispering
One of my
tenderly
greatest
into the mic,
dreams.
which is really a step up from when people said they thought we ate people. So we're like, we're trending good.
Yeah.
It's going in the
Getting
right
better
direction.
at tricking people.
Yeah.
If you want to communicate with us today, you can use the hashtag TCLive on Instagram or Twitter. Or you can write a comment, and our screener, Siobhan, our producer out in Philly, will put it up on the screen, but her camera isn't working right now, so we'll get that working. Today we're looking at your nature pictures. So if you want to send in your nature pictures, visit sdp.io/submit. I'll take a look at it, like in real time. It's amazing. It's amazing technology.
We're going to be doing a landscape show on April 27th. We're going to be away this month quite a bit on Thursday, so we have to kind of move around the show. That will be a Thursday, April 27th. That'll be our next show. So a couple of weeks till we see you again. So
Yeah.
get in some good pictures, and you can go take some good landscape pictures for the next show too. It's motivating.
Let's see if anybody sent in any pictures.
Well, Siobhan just said no with her head.
Nobody has sent in pictures? This is just, it's literally never happened
I
before.
haven't screened them yet.
Oh, Siobhan just hasn't screened him yet. Do we have any chit chat?
Sure.
Okay, we'll do chit chat first, and we'll come back to look at your pictures. Chit chat.
Chit chat. This is the part of the show where we take your comments and we either get really nice about them. Sometimes we get really sassy. It depends on the day.
Sassy.
Okay, Anthony said he watched your free drone certification video and he said he feels like he needs to take you out to dinner now. Thanks for making such a great, well-organized video. I'm
Cool.
like, a little jealous. What about me?
No, we'll make a drone video.
Shit. I'm not going to do that. I'll just make my own dinner. Ryle BB said, you friggin' liar. We did send you that for free. Because I guess he's saying that you bought that and he's saying he sent it to you for free. And you said, no, we definitely bought it. And he said, yeah, I know. Just joshing with you, Tony.
I'll say it's people sometimes use sarcasm like they're just joking, but I can't tell your intonation because there's so many people who are seriously jerks on the internet that I just can't tell.
I don't know.
That was referring to the flash trigger?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Maybe he did send it to us for free.
Maybe.
We don't really have great chit chat this week. Full disclosure. Bhagavath Singh said, I can't find your shows in an iPhone podcast. Could you help me? And you can find our podcast in the iTunes app. It's called Picture This. And
Yeah, there's a super long link, but
yeah,
I
it
don't
was
know.
helpful for me in this situation. But we make the podcast with audio in mind, so they're a little bit longer and they're good for a drive or whatever. sdp.io/podcast.
I was just going to suggest that.
Yeah, if you go there, then you can see all these links. So you can open it up on your iPhone and then click the
Oh, that's
iTunes
fine.
link here and it'll pop up sdp.io/podcast.
I just wanted to prepare this person, Daniel. He said, man, Chelsea is very funny, but we just did a skit that involves a peanut butter sandwich, and I might not see someone call me funny again for a very, very long time. So I'm just going to soak it
You
in.
feel like it's not going to work?
It's just very
It's a very
ridiculous.
serious scene. Okay.
Okay.
Maybe we have some images screened.
I can't even see Siobhan anymore, so we'll never know. You okay, Tony?
Siobhan's broken.
You look really great.
Thanks. Yeah, we have a deadline and we have to leave, and we have a live show, and it's just been too much today.
But the good news is the Inspired 2 video is probably going to be really good
Yeah.
if we get it
It's
out in
going to be
time.
good. Okay, so we're looking at nature pictures. This is definitely a cool location because we got this like cloud popping up, steam coming up from a geyser, perhaps. I'm just wondering what they could have done differently to make it a little more interesting. Like certainly more interesting lighting would have helped. What would you do, Chelsea? Do you have any suggestions?
I think one cool thing would be to use this theme not as just the subject but the background, but it's understandable if you didn't have like a model, but you could put something in the foreground, because right now the picture is just very much of the steam formation, which is really cool, but sometimes it's also nice to just make that a component of the picture. So yeah, he captured that. That's good, and then you can make it more dynamic by adding more to it.
Yeah, maybe even something for scale because I don't get a sense for how big or small it might be. Oh, this is very cool. I love all the silhouettes down there. But you think these people are just watching the sunset, perhaps? Yeah, it looks like it.
That's really nice. People appreciating nature.
Yeah, I'm going to give that one a pick. I like the just very natural gradient here. It turned out to be a really nice picture.
Yeah, I
I
like
like
it a
the
lot.
inclusion of the trees.
Remember when we went to Key West and everybody like lined up to watch the sunset?
Yeah, that's
But
such
then-
a nice little time, isn't
But then
it?
I got stuck right in front of that bro
Oh, yeah.
who was very drunk and thought he was very funny.
I know. We showed up like 45 minutes early and everything was going cool until this one dude showed up at the last minute. Oh, yeah. He did just keep cracking jokes.
But they were like worse than dad jokes.
Yeah. I just wanted to provide an alternative. It's not, I don't want to crop this. I just wanted to suggest while you're there, you might try simplifying the composition a little bit and maybe just including a single tree. I don't think it necessarily needed. I gave you a pick right away, but
Yeah, I like
something
that
to think
picture a
about.
lot. Ooh,
that's
I
gorgeous.
like when this happens. You found a robin's egg. Did you place it in the grass like that? Either way, it's very pretty. I like the colors, the blue and the green. They contrast really well. I like the textures.
Oh, it's-
If I move my mic down, is that going to ruin everything for everyone?
No, I think it
Just
still
plug your
sounds
ears,
okay.
everybody.
yeah, hit your button.
Oh yeah, or I can.
There we go. I can see. Okay. Yeah, that's neat. I like that.
Yeah, I'm going to give that one a pick. I just think it's a really pretty picture. He got down nice and low and provided that like that depth. There are a lot of things he could have done wrong here, but he nailed it. Even like the grass kind of in front of it. Beautifully done.
Oh, this is a really interesting point of view. I like all of the... Oh, this is a dog. Doggo.
Well, you do get points for having a dog in there.
Yeah, I also like the interesting perspective, and I like these patterns, the rings and the water. I think it's really beautiful. I'm giving this one a pick. The dog. Oh, it's Andy.
Yeah.
I like
Jeff McKee.
Andy. This is neat. I like when this happens. A chill day. That's a day for you, Tony. Not
wish,
the day
not
you're
the day.
having. Not the day you're having, but the day you dream of. I like this a
Yeah,
lot.
I've seen this kind of ice storms happen sometimes, and I do immediately go out and take pictures. And I think the pictures I've been happiest with have been very, very tight pictures, like a picture that isolates perhaps a single leaf and like frozen water that's just kind of dripping off of it. So you might consider just getting tighter because as it is, the shot's just very cluttered and busy.
Yeah. I like it. I do like it. Is this a ghost?
Ghost. So for waterfall pictures, I can provide a couple of tips. And one might be to actually get closer to the waterfall. I know that could mean that you have to walk on some unsure footing, but getting closer and shooting with a wider angle might provide more interesting proportions. I'll also say at 0.4 of a second, you're kind of in that in-between phase. A faster shutter speed would kind of freeze the action and show the force of it a little bit more, whereas a slower shutter speed would make it more feathery. So I think in this case, it would work better if it was more feathery. I can see you're at 0.4 of a second in f22, which means you forgot your ND filter, which happens to me most of the time. I almost always forget my ND filter. I have a trick. If you look up my filter, my video titled something like "You probably don't need polarizing filters" or ND filters, search for "You probably don't need filters" and you'll probably find it. And I show you a workaround, which even if you have an ND filter and you want to use it, it's great for those times when you do forget it and it doesn't cost anything. You'll just take a bunch of pictures and stack them. And in fact, if you took a bunch of pictures that day, you can probably go ahead and stack them and get an effective longer exposure that'll give you that feathery look.
I just kind of selectively warmed up the sun a little bit and brought out the waterfall by raising the white points and then going into your colors here, selecting blue and then raising the luminance because there's often a lot of blue in anything white in a photo.
Yeah, good idea.
Give a little pop pop.
Oh, toucan.
This is a
Beautiful.
bird.
Yeah, he has a little bit of, I think, motion
blur.
blur there because he's just moving a little bit. And the way you're going to fix it, your shutter speed's okay. I would just hold down that shutter and just take, 20 pictures of him and then just pick the sharpest one. But beautiful subject, good lighting. You might raise the exposure just a little bit. Let's raise the exposure and then we can bring those blacks down some.
I actually kind of like that matte look that you got. Nice.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It just kind of work with the subject.
Mm-hmm. I was confused.
Yeah, I'm going to give this one a pick. It's just a beautiful picture. I like the symmetry of it and the really soft, kind of muted colors.
I like that we can see people's names now. Hello, John Mayfield. Yeah, this is really interesting. The wings, there's enough sharpness that you know what they are. I like the eyes and that he's upside down on this leaf. It's just different.
Yeah.
Cool. Cool.
I don't know if I've ever seen that behavior before, but it's cool. Olivier.
Again, this guy can't get enough of us. Hello.
Oh, good. He got to use a noise-free technique to clean up the background a little bit. You did a good job of catching a robin doing something interesting because so many people just take a picture of the bird, but now we have that extra element in there and it really helps out a lot. Good work with that.
I like the
so
colors.
Much more interesting.
I agree with Tony. I like the behavior. It adds, he's not just sitting there, he's doing something and his little foot is in an interesting position. And I love all the colors. They're kind of muted, but it's a very fall feel to me. It's beautiful. I'm giving this one a pick.
Oh, they're super cute.
Yeah. Very cute.
Yeah, they look like they're outside at a feeder. Are those just wild animals? At first, I just assumed they were pets, but well, good job. You did a good job of getting them both in focus. They had to shoot at f11, which is unusual for wildlife pictures. But if you have two animals in there, you pretty much have to use a high f-stop.
One thing I really like about this picture is that you see every part of the bird by having two birds in different positions. So if I just were to see just this guy in the picture, I wouldn't know that he had this beautiful green back. And if just this guy were in the picture, I'd feel like you didn't get a good shot of his face. So it works really well. I think it's cool. Tony.
It's cool.
It's cool. He's so cute.
Yeah, that really is cute. So I think there's some good storytelling here. We're kind of showing what's happening. Yeah, it is busy. There are some things in the background. I think the key storytelling elements are going to be the sheep and its expression as well as the shears. So you might tell that story better if you were to catch a moment when the shears are coming off the sheep. Like they're actually like shearing a little bit of the wool.
I mean, I get it. It's not like he's snuggling the guy.
Yeah.
Because the first thing I did when I saw the picture was think, oh, why is he like that? And then you look for an explanation and the shears are there. But yeah, I like this a lot. Do you like it black and white or color? This is more
Probably
dramatic.
the black and white. There's a lot of like the red cable back there. It gets to be pretty distracting.
Yeah, I thought his pant color and these bright colors and the tools was a little distracting, but maybe they're a part of the story to this person. I like his little expression, so black and white is what I prefer. Don't you feel like this is the butterfly's vacation photo? Like he's like, yeah, I was there.
Yeah, it's really cute.
I'm going to expose it for the insect. What do you think?
I might back off that a little bit, but somewhere in between. Yeah,
like
nicely
it.
done.
I feel so alone.
The roads here make a really nice line, as does the kind of ridge. Yeah, very nice. I think you have a really good eye. I love that you got low to the ground. That helped out a lot. I would definitely hang out there a little bit and see if you can get a shot of a car coming through or different vehicles coming through. It just might make it a little more interesting.
I changed the colors a little bit because that's the thing I did.
He's cute. You nailed focus on the eye, it looks like. That can be really kind of difficult. Oh, you know what? Maybe it's actually focused back a little bit. I think
sorry.
ideally you'd want to have the focus like right here. And you can't necessarily nail it every single time when you focus. I would just have it on continuous with a single autofocus point and just hold that. You'll keep focusing continuously and just keep shooting. And you'll see little bits of variation and, you'll get a couple of shots that have nailed the focus. Beautiful silhouette.
Yeah, that's really beautiful.
Yeah, really impressive picture. Yeah, I think it's just such a fantastic moment. I mean, technically, it's not necessarily perfect, but it's such a great moment that I'm going to give it a pick because you were just there.
I'm going to give it a
and
pick.
Caught that. Yeah, just perfect moment. Oh, gorgeous squirrel! Look how rich this squirrel's colors are.
What's up with this squirrel? This is like a supermodel squirrel.
Yeah,
that's
looks
really
perfect.
cute.
I'll say one suggestion. You're at 1/320th and ISO 2500 and f8. F8 might be okay. Maybe you needed that, but you could definitely be shooting that at 1/90th, 1/60th, and that would let you use a much lower ISO, and that would give you a much cleaner picture.
So many squirrels.
I will say the last picture showed the squirrel doing something because it had a nut.
This one's stopping in terror.
Yeah.
It's stopping abruptly. Oh, a guy.
See, this one filled the frame more, and the squirrel's doing something. And this one, the squirrel's not necessarily doing something that we can see. So that's kind of what you strive for, is catching the animal, engaging in some interesting activity. That just makes it that much more interesting.
Pick right away. This is beautiful.
Yeah, to get a picture of a butterfly flying is really, really hard. You did a good job of that. It looks good.
I like this.
Yeah, that's a really nice close-up.
I like the textures, the color. I like the noise in the background. It's like grainy to me. Feels organic. I'm going to give this one a pick.
Oh, you like the noise? I was going to give some suggestions. I see they called it low light noise test, but I think I would have liked it if it had been ISO 100.
Oh.
A blackbird.
I love the colors. Pretty. It almost looks like he's in black and white.
Once again, you're at 1/800th of a second, but this definitely could have been shot at, 1/90th of a second. Strive to get a slower shutter speed, and that way you can clean up the
How's
image some.
Siobhan? Is she available? Does she have questions?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, Siobhan's working. Awesome. There she is.
I'm here. I don't really have questions, though. I tried to ask for some, and then people just gave me a bunch of boring gear questions that we already have answers to everywhere. But someone asked what non-photography gear is useful for wildlife photography.
Camo.
Bug spray.
Oh, bug spray.
Good pair of boots, because you'll probably be getting your feet a little wet.
If you're in a cold climate, stuff that keeps you warm, like just being comfortable is so key, because you're going to be spending, like, your pictures are going to get better the more time you spend out there. So you just need to be comfortable.
Yeah.
Whatever you have to do to make yourself comfortable, like heavy gloves, face mask, whatever.
Hand warmers.
Yeah, we bought hand warmers
and the
before.
USB powered gloves.
Oh yeah.
Do you have those?
I haven't tried those.
No, I don't. But there's a bunch
exist
on Amazon.
Yeah.
I always feel like I should bring one of those stadium seats because I end up sitting on somewhere really hard for a long time.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I haven't done it, but it seems like a good idea.
That's all I can think of. Good question.
Snack, maybe a grinder, which I'm realizing is a sandwich that isn't everywhere. It's a big sandwich.
Big sandwich.
Do you think is that like a universal thing? Do people know what a grinder is?
No, that's definitely regional.
I know it's
As a Texas
regional,
boy, I'd never heard that
but
term
I know
before.
I know what like grits are, but we don't eat those here. Is it that universal? I don't know.
Yeah, I had never heard the term grinder. Let's go get a grinder.
Let's go get a grinder. You could get a grinder like this big. This is the most beautiful picture.
Yeah, great shot, Lee. Absolutely gorgeous.
you're
I'm not
cropping
sure
it?
about. I'm not sure about it. I just
I
wanted
just
to
don't think we
experiment
should
with it.
do
But
it. I think
I do like the context of it, and I really like the lighting
it
on the bird's
looks like
face.
he's in like a bouquet. Like it's so beautiful. It looks like he's in a posed still life.
Yeah,
I can't pick this enough.
pick.
Do you think he'll send us a print?
Maybe if you ask him.
Can you? I love it.
I actually don't see a lot of noise in that image, despite
So
it being
good. Look at
an
the
ISO
colors.
800.
This rich blue green.
Yeah,
This
I've
framing.
never photographed a puffin before in the wild.
I know we want to, but now I can't. How am I going to top that?
Yeah, that's true. It's been done already.
He did
That's
it.
no way to approach photography, though. Everything's been
I
done
just
at some
did.
point.
I just did approach photography.
Oh, sorry, I zoomed in too tight. I just wanted to see some more details.
This worm is punk rock. This
Um,
is cinnabar.
Beautiful caterpillars. I'm wondering, do you think it'd be better if we simplified the composition a little bit and got rid of this extra
No,
flower?
I think the flower tells the story. You don't
Maybe I want to
listen?
tell a different story.
I'm going to let you go ahead because you had a real stressful day.
And then you could Photoshop the rest of it out. It's just something to consider. I'm
No, I
not sure it
don't.
would do better.
So
Oh,
shy.
he's
This is
cute.
like me at a party.
We get a little bit of eye contact in there. I think if you hung out for a while, he might lift his head up some.
Look at, he's so
But it is
cute, but
conveying, like,
he's
that
like
is
a
the story that they're
terrifying
telling.
little hand. He'll get
Terrifying. I don't know. They're cute.
you. Not so cute when he strangles you with that. This is very beautiful.
Yeah, it's definitely the path here that makes this picture interesting.
This makes me want to go on a spiritual journey. Let me see something. Oh, I was going to try to recover. Maybe you're in your original copy, you could recover some of this up here. It looks like you already did some recovering here, perhaps. Is this a little cabin with smoke coming out?
That is adorable.
This is just too cute.
Yeah, try to recover those highlights some more. When you are taking the picture, be sure you bracket your shots because you can always combine them later with HDR techniques, but that'll make sure you don't clip anything. Chapter 11
I'm
of
giving this
Stunning
a
Digital
pick.
Photography covers that and more information. Wow, what a beautiful
Wait,
spot.
Watkins Glen.
You
You
been
went
there,
there.
New York?
New York.
I don't know when you showed up when there weren't 12 million people in the shot.
I'm looking to
'cause it's beyond shoulder to shoulder. Like you were having intimate physical contact with 5 or 6 strangers
What
at all
happened to
times
you
on
at
the path.
Watkins Glen?
It is so. Remember how crowded it was? Like you literally can't
Intimate-
fit down parts of the
Intimate
path.
physical contact? Tony.
Yeah, it was tight.
Tony, you're a little dramatic today. That's my job. I like this picture. You got a great shot of Watkins Glen.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a pick because I know how hard it is to get a picture there. This person knows that I'm a sucker for dog.
That's
I just want to
Baldwin.
peek. This dog has no fur. This dog is merely a shadow dog. It looks a little something, right? Maybe a little oversaturated or something,
Yeah, maybe it's just a little bit much.
but it's still very nice.
Yeah.
I like that shadow dog.
Oh wow. It's like a young bald eagle, a white-tailed eagle.
Little Bjorn.
Oh, he has a little fish. It'd be nice if he held it a little better for you, but
Wow, Tony.
it's a fantastic shot. You have to give it a pick. It's a great shot. The water spraying off the fish.
Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. I'll say keep going back there because there are definitely conditions that could have made the shot better. Like if the sun had been to your back, that would have illuminated the bird more directly, and that would have made the shot just like 3 times more beautiful and sharper too. But you have a great spot. You now know enough about their behaviors. You can get it. You have the right gear. Everything turned out great. I would just keep going back and shooting over and over and over
video
again.
on editing wildlife. So you could always just, whoa, doing a real good job here. You could always just raise the exposure of the bird a little bit, and then you could lower the exposure of the background.
Yeah. Chelsea roughed it in for you. Check chapter 8 of Stunning Digital Photography. It shows you how to separate the bird from the background, that kind of thing.
Sure. We'll show you everything. I often get annoyed that we can't go more in depth with the editing on the show. I wish that we could take one picture and really show how to do everything. I have put up a ton of Lightroom and Photoshop videos. You could search for them on our channel. I also put a bunch in our books, so you could find them there. But wouldn't it be kind of cool if we could just hunker down and do one picture? People would be furious, though. But they'd learn.
Yeah, I
They'd
would like to
learn.
do that too. Very nice picture. I would definitely look at my fringing video. If you search our channel for fringing, you'll find it. And that would allow you to get a smoother gradient as you blend in the foreground and the background here. I would also check your settings, especially with those micro four thirds cameras. You want to be shooting at the base ISO whenever you can. And you didn't need to be at 1/125th. You could have been at, 1/15th of a second and still gotten a sharp shot.
Siobhan, do you have any cool questions? Even just you personally?
Just
No,
be
I've gotten
cool,
some
Siobhan.
more since I, harassed everybody about it. What resources, websites, Instagrams, etc. do you use for inspiration?
I use so many that I'm having a hard time even recalling. I definitely follow people on Instagram that are very inspirational. Easton Chang is one of them, and he was on the show. But there are so many. Roxy is one of them. She's probably in the comments right now. And then I'll often look at a lot of older photographers, a lot of the classics. I pull a lot of inspiration there. And how about you, Tony?
I get a lot from TV and film.
Yeah, definitely
So-
some TV and film.
Yeah, a lot of DPs and
We like the Coen
directors that I
brothers.
really like. Yeah. And so sometimes you'll see that in my shots. I'll be thinking of something that I saw.
Paul Thomas Anderson is another one where I like his shots.
Yeah,
It's
and there are
very,
just some shows that I see where I don't even know who's done it, but they just have beautiful scenes, and I'll just make a mental note.
Like the
the
lighting in
lighting
Game of
or-
Thrones.
Yeah, those guys are great at lighting.
Yeah. Or we'll look at the color grading and admire that. You can kind of get inspiration everywhere. And I watch a lot of YouTube videos by other people too. I feel bad not listing them, but there's so many. Siobhan, what else?
What
Beautiful
birds
shot,
would you
Augustus.
still like to photograph?
Pick. What bird?
I wish that I could, get a kingfisher is a good one.
Yeah.
But this is not that exciting, but I really like crows. And I wish that I could spend more time with crows and kind of get familiar enough with them that I could see them doing something interesting. They're one of my favorite birds. But people aren't that excited, and they're really difficult to photograph because they're so dark.
Yeah, the kingfisher is definitely my just white whale.
That's your white whale.
Yeah.
But you're putting like no effort into getting the picture as well. Me either with my crow and kingfisher.
No, I put some effort in, not enough effort. I could do it if I put the right amount of effort in. I've definitely spent a few hours trying to get kingfisher pictures, but I need to spend a few days at it, or a few
Well,
weeks or months.
Usually we go out looking for osprey, and if a kingfisher's there, we're delighted. But we don't seek out a specific kingfisher and try to find it, which is what we'd have to do, I think. This is a beautiful fox picture.
Yeah, it came in really dark, and which can be okay. And I think if you want to convey that it's dark, you still generally want to have a white point. But from that white point, you can then kind of make everything else darker in it. So you know what I mean? You can lower the overall exposure, but still keep a white point and still kind of maintain that dark mood. Follow me?
Oh, yeah.
That's something that you can learn from TV and movies, especially Game of Thrones. If they have a lot of dark scenes in Game of Thrones, but you notice that there's almost always some white point in it. There'll be a candle or something, and that provides like a visual point of reference for how dark the rest of the scene is.
Siobhan, do you have any other questions? Look at
I
Betty.
do.
They're really cute. I like the little hand there.
I like this question we just got. What photographic cliche bugs you the most and why?
I'm going to guess Chelsea's a spot color.
Spot color, because I think it's often, I've seen spot color done well, very rarely, but I think people often use it to draw your attention to a part of the photo that they should have used other parts of photography to enhance that part of the photo with. So like if someone has beautiful eyes, don't just take this wide ass picture and then spot color their eyes. Like zoom in, get nice light, or blur the background, or have a good exposure, or something interesting. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's a crutch.
spot color definitely bugs me, but I think the cliche that bugs me the most is just glamour photography in general. Like it's usually some dude who probably grew up reading Maxim or something, and he wants to kind of simulate that look, which
Oh,
it
but
feels very dated to me.
yeah.
And I always wonder, like, what could possibly become of this picture of some chick posing a little bit uncomfortably? Usually the model isn't super comfortable with it, and the photographer's not super good at it, and it's the kind of thing where you need to be, if you want it to look okay, you have to nail it. Like the intermediate stages and the beginning stages are just really uncomfortable to
It
look
looks
at.
like the person had a fantasy when they were 13 and then they never got over it.
Yeah, they're still chasing that
She's
dream.
got a transformer bra on. They're like, this is the bomb. Sorry, that's not true. I made all that up. Obviously. What's your least favorite photography cliche, Justin?
Oh, me? I don't know. Come back to me in a minute. Maybe Siobhan has one.
Siobhan will have one.
I'm going to give Neji.
Siobhan, you don't have one?
I don't know if I do. I mean, Tony's is pretty spot on.
That one's good.
Like, yeah, pointless glamour photos in general make me cringe hard.
They make me they make me uncomfortable, and not like in a everyone thinks like prudish American. They make me uncomfortable like, what is this supposed to be? I'm weird. I feel weird about it now.
Maybe over-processed skin, like in Photoshop.
Oh, yeah.
Especially when it's a
There's
baby.
a fine line. Oh, a baby?
Yeah, over smooth babies, real scary.
Yeah. It does bug me. You know what? Especially overprocessed eyes. Because overprocessed eyes make them look like a little alien and a little crazy.
Speaking of Game of Thrones, it looks like that Ice King.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but the rest
for the
of
Ice King look.
the rest of the picture is casual. We've done
Beautiful
all of
picture,
these, by the
right?
way. If you think we're being snobs, I wish I could take down some of the pictures that have been posted or published of mine, because the editing has.
I've definitely been guilty of overdoing it with HDR. I know that's going to be a lot of people's.
Yeah. Hey, I'm Joshin.
I've been kind of popping through pictures fairly quickly here because we have a lot to get through. And
Okay.
I'm sorry that we don't get a chance to get to everybody's pictures.
I wish
This is
people would
gorgeous.
ask us to
Matthew,
just make fun of
fantastic
stuff.
shot.
Whoa.
I love the like monochromatic aspect of it. I gave you a pick just right away. Great shot.
Yeah, I like it. I would pick.
Yeah, and composing around these tracks, just brilliant. It's really cute. You have the fencing in the background, so it's something to try to work around. But I understand you didn't necessarily get any options about that. Did a good job shooting at ISO 100.
Indifferent lizard.
Wow, that is very cool.
Nightmare fuel. Arachnus deathicus.
I was just
Speedier.
pondering what I assume is its Latin name. I don't know. Maybe Erlen just made that
I
up.
think he made it up because he's
Deathicus.
a very silly guy.
Great shot,
I'm
Erlen.
gonna do something.
And I love how it's the picture is like, go ahead. It's
I
like
did it.
made out of bouquet. You see how the whole image is just like bouquet circles that form this kind of silhouette?
Horrifying. Good job.
Very cool.
Oh man, look at
I
this
know.
little dumpling.
The European robins are way cooler than our robins.
It's a little tree dumpling. It's so cute. Why is it that shape? Just a ball.
You
I'm gonna give it a pick.
you pretty much, well, I actually don't know why you weren't shooting wide open. F2.8 would have let you shoot at a much lower ISO and given you a cleaner image. I do have a video on how to stack multiple pictures. So if you rattle off a bunch of shots, you might be able to get that background cleaned up some. And chapter 8 of Stunning Digital Photography is a video on how to clean up the background.
I want to hold it. I think that gulls are an underrated bird. They're highly adaptable. They're pretty intelligent. They look clean.
Yeah, and there's a reason you see gulls everywhere. Like they've managed to survive in far greater numbers. It's a good shot of the gull. The gull's name is Dan Sullivan, apparently.
It's a selfie. Dan, you look good. I'm not gonna lie. Sorry, Tony. Oh man.
We have let's look like a mockingbird here, but
Oh, he's got a tiny snack.
that's good. He does have something. I wish his eye had a little bit of a catchlight in it. Sometimes you can
bring that out sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes you can just hit it with the spot adjustment brush and raise the shadows a little bit.
Uh-oh, he's going for it.
I didn't mean to set it to 0. I just put the wrong button. That's beautiful. Give that one a pick. Because of the weather. And a lot of my favorite wildlife shots of my own were taken in terrible weather. And sometimes I'll do it through a window. Sometimes I'll actually get out there. But the weather adds this extra element that takes your picture above and beyond. So pictures of cows would be boring in normal conditions, but they were out there in the snow, and that made a big difference.
Oh, man.
It's the context here that makes the picture so compelling. Like, you just feel like he's just chilling at the beach, just taking everything in.
He's like, this is a good day to be a seagull. But we need a white point? I guess that's kind of the style.
I think you can brighten that up a little.
Just a little. I'm going to give that a pick as well. Good scene. Good bird. Moon.
Is this? Oh.
Moon.
Sorry, I ate these. Okay, 1-1.
It's a moon.
Yeah, they did it.
That's good.
That's a good picture of a moon. Looks nice and sharp.
The moon's tough because, like, what can you do to the moon? You know?
Yeah, you can't have like an interesting angle on it or anything.
You can get a moonrise and put something in front of it.
Yeah. I think the reflection, is that a reflection or is that?
This is just life, Tony.
Oh, okay. I don't know why I felt like it was
straight up life.
a reflection, but yeah, very cool. I like that as a focal point in the overall
Forget
picture.
that.
It probably wouldn't work on Instagram, but in a larger format, I think it's cool. Requires some exploration. Beautiful picture of a heron, but I'm not even sure what type of heron. I love the water dripping off of him. You know, to step it up a bit, you'd get him catching a fish or something. But as it is, because of the water, I think it's still really cool. And, you know, 1/1600, that's about the best you're going to do to be able to freeze the kind of motion here. I know sometimes I'll lower my shutter speed and try to get a cleaner shot, but then as soon as they start moving it, you get too much motion blur. So
I like the reflections in the water and the ripples. Very pretty.
little house sparrow.
So cute.
These guys are just all over the world. This must be the most prolific species of bird. Everywhere I go, I see little house sparrows.
And everywhere he goes, he's happy.
Again, you can get that shutter speed way down. You could be at 1/125th, no problem. Just take a bunch of shots and pick the sharpest one.
I like the contrast between this very delicate looking flower and the barbed wire.
Yeah, I like that a lot too. I might even,
pick.
yeah, I'll give it a pick too.
And the colors,
I might
the
even
red,
get down a
the
little
green,
bit
the
lower.
blue.
Whoa.
This is a cat.
I actually like the tighter crop better because as soon as we zoom back and we see the fence, that just like spoils the entire illusion. Yeah, it's
I like seeing
better
his
tighter.
feet.
We got to get the fence out of it.
You gonna crop into this little dude?
Yeah, I mean, it would be better to, you know, find a different angle in camera. But even then, okay, that's enough to hide the fence, and yet we still convey the eyes. Which
I like
are the
his
powerful
muddy
part of the
feet.
picture. Good shot, Dale.
This is gorgeous, Cole. I didn't
Yeah,
even know what I was
I'm gonna give this one a
looking at.
pick. Fantastic. I don't know how you managed to get directly overhead, but it's like painterly. It feels so soft. Beautiful.
Pick. These guys are brave.
Yeah, chickadees are
Scale.
every photographer's friend. They'll let you get pretty close. Just wanted to see. I guess you managed to focus on the bird's eyes. Nicely done.
Was that last picture actually zoomed out?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
all. Since we upgraded to 4K, a lot of pictures aren't
Whoa.
high resolution enough.
This is so beautiful.
Yeah, no reason not to raise that exposure some.
I like that the lighting is low in the background. So I might even just selectively bring it up.
Yeah, it does have a nice mood to it.
Yeah. Why does it just come on?
And it just remembers whatever we did last time.
Whatever. I really like this. I'm giving it a pick. Gorgeous, right?
Yeah, very nice. Yeah, this is gorgeous too. And you nailed it. I would just keep going back, see if you can find better light, better day, catch the bird with something in its talons.
Oh my gosh.
A little
Is
salamander,
that a salamander?
which we always called newts in Texas. We could brighten it up some. It's going to be tough to do in post. It's going to end up looking kind of noisy, but
I know I compare everything to this, but this looks like the Fiona Apple criminal video.
pick.
I've been a bad man.
Look at this one. Pick, right?
That's beautiful.
Awesome.
I like his hairdo. It's like mine. Pick.
Wow. Yeah, once again, the weather, it provides this extra depth. Nice, clean composition.
Yeah, I like that negative space as well. A cormorant, another hardy bird.
Yeah, I've never seen them doing this.
I don't know
what that is, but
Siobhan, can we get another question?
Sure.
Sure.
I can also hear my dinner cooking.
I'm so hungry. What do you have?
whoa,
I don't know.
look at this guy.
Dang.
Always a surprise.
Awesome shot, Brad.
You live the life.
What is the most interesting story you've seen told through a landscape?
The most interesting story we've seen
Told through a landscape.
told through a landscape.
Oh, jeez Louise. I don't know. That's a really tough one.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know the answer to that one either.
That's an interesting question. I'll have to think about it. Anything else, Sean?
Did you feel intimidated when you first started wildlife photography because of photos by National Geographic, etc.?
No, I just liked being outside so much and I love animals, so I was too happy to be intimidated. How about you?
Yeah, when I started wildlife photography, there was actually very little wildlife photography that was just readily available. So you could dig through old copies of National Geographic, but like on the internet, you just could not find anything good. Like you couldn't even find a single good picture of a lion. It was that early. So that was kind of my opportunity, is I could take a mediocre picture of a lion and it would still be like one of the best on the internet. Now things have changed. There are just millions and millions of photographers. It does get difficult, but you get the opportunity to capture your own moments and your own story, and you really can get, if you get to know a particular species, you can still get the best picture of that species. But yeah, it can be intimidating.
Are we looking at this portfolio? It looks nice.
Yeah, let's take a look at a Squarespace portfolio. I can give you 3 to choose from. What do you think?
I would want to go with the first one.
Maddie Pie Photography,
The first one.
Casper Crone,
I like how
John
simple.
Dodato Photography.
Yeah, I like how simple it is.
Okay.
Just one beautiful picture and it draws me in. I know his name. The menus are very simple on the side. So let's go to the galleries.
Yeah, that first picture is good, and it does tell me a little bit about your style. Like, hopefully the rest of it is consistent with that. So far, yeah, that's a fantastic shot. Wow.
Beautiful. Wow, I love these.
Yeah, these are
These are
these
excellent.
are fantastic.
Quiet Dune. Mystery Rock. Yeah, these are excellent. And they're
If that's the same picture, you can take it out, because everybody has definitely seen it.
yeah.
I'm just trying to give a suggestion. Like, so far, all his work has been
People.
perfect.
I love that. Wow. This is great. Oh my gosh, that is an excellent picture. This too. You have beautiful work. I love your pictures. Your style's consistent. I like what you did with your Squarespace portfolio. You didn't try to overwork it. You're not adding crazy colors or anything. You just kept it simple and you let the pictures speak for themselves, and your name is prominent so I know who you are. You don't have a crazy name, a cutesy name that distracts from your work. I like it. Cutesy names can work for some types of photography, but this is just appropriate.
Yeah, this is all really gorgeous
Let's
work.
see about him.
Oh, I love these pictures.
Okay, but I'm stopping you.
Okay.
About. What?
Oh, there we go.
What?
Good
I love
picture of
this
yourself
picture.
in
It
action.
shows you in action.
Yeah, you're knee deep.
You have a nice little blurb about yourself, where your exhibitions are.
That could use a little formatting, but
Yeah, maybe just make the dates bold so that I can visually separate a little bit easier.
yeah, I'm just trying to find some suggestion I can make. Also, for your blog here, you don't have to call it John Donato Photography Blog. Just say blog. Oh,
Yeah.
more great pictures. Dang.
Great. Let's contact him. Great.
Also, you say all prints are available for purchase. Contact me for details. That can be okay, but you'll probably sell more if you actually set up a store. And your Squarespace site does include a store.
Yeah, you get a free store. One of the perks.
Here's what John had to say about Squarespace. Squarespace is very easy to use and to create a great web page. And yeah, yours looked fantastic. I'm sorry I couldn't have more constructive criticism for you because it already looked really good. If you want your own awesome Squarespace website, visit squarespace.com/Tony. You'll get a 14-day free trial, no credit card required. If you decide you like it, you can go in, set up all your pictures, make them look great. At that point, use the coupon code portfolio and you'll get 10% off. Thank you, Squarespace. It's good for other types of websites too.
Yeah. I wanted to look at other types of websites.
Yeah, nobody sent any in. They're all photography websites, but that's cool. That's kind of what we do, right?
Yeah, but it's nice to spice things up.
Before I re-import it, I just want to take a look at this picture. Gorgeous, right? One of our favorites, the osprey.
Yeah.
Really tough bird to expose properly because of the darks and the bright underbelly. But I think you nailed it. 1/800th is a really slow shutter speed for a flying bird, but it looks fantastic. I don't see any particular motion in it. I don't see any noise in it. Beautiful shot, especially on a T5.
Yeah, that's
It's a really a budget camera for wildlife photography. Oh, cute bunny Ben.
That's very nice.
I'll do an import.
He has a little tiny thing of grass, blade of grass in his mouth, like he's a farmer. Farmer bunny. Siobhan, do you have any nice questions for us?
Probably.
Did she say not really?
She said probably.
No, I said
Oh.
probably. Do you have any suggestions for doing nature photography at home or often using the same location? I live in a small town and have a toddler, so often stuck on my premises.
Well, if you're going to the same location, you can go during different weather. You can try when it's foggy. You can go at sunrise, sunset, different times of year. And you can also practice a lot of technique, even if you're just on your own property. Yeah, I think everyone starts that way. You just take pictures of what's near you, and they might not come out good. Even a flower in your yard, you might get the depth of field wrong or something. So it's a good time to practice. Yeah. So I'd use it as a learning opportunity if it's just in your yard, or if you do have a nice place to go, just go during different weather, different times of day, different times of year, things like that.
And I have this video, the songbird photography tutorial. There are a couple of tutorials in chapter 8 of Stunning Digital Photography that will teach you how to set up like a place to get really beautiful shots with just like a bird feeder or to get shots out your window. I do a lot of my shooting from my desk because I spend a lot of time at my desk, and wildlife photography is all about spending a lot of time.
Yeah, so you're going to be there anyway. You may as well take some pictures. I also planted a beautiful crabapple tree for Tony, and in the spring it gets really pretty flowers. And then put it right next to the bird feeder, or put the bird feeder next to it so that they land on the tree first, and they're in a nice environment, and then they go to the feeder.
Yeah, so you can actually plan out a little studio, like a little stage for your
Plant
wildlife, and then
this
bring them in with some seed.
holy baby.
I know, and he's got his own little den. He's a really ferocious hunter.
Oh my gosh.
This
How could there
little
be
kit
such a
is so
beautiful
cute.
floof in nature? Pick.
I know. It's got to get a pick right. And they're so shy around their den. I've tried getting anywhere near their den, and it's so difficult. But the kits tend to be like very curious. The adults won't get anywhere near you in my experience, but the kits tend to be
I love the depth
a
of
little
field.
braver.
I mean, I love the depth in that picture as well, with like the leaves in the foreground. It's just makes him look even more small.
I'm really just kind of popping around because we're running out of time. But look at this
Pick.
picture.
This is amazing.
Yeah, gorgeous shot. Beautiful lighting.
That's neat.
Oh, bird's kind of handing food off.
That's a shrew. Oh, Pick.
It's cute.
Nature dog.
Oh, I love that picture of the flower.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
I like everything about it. Nicely done. We got a couple of pelicans here. I think this would be more compelling if it was in tight, or again, if we could find them doing something cool, like pulling out a fish or
I'm just going quick now. Oh my
flying
god.
or something.
I've
Look at
never
this
seen
guy.
a chipmunk do that, but that's
really
cute.
stretching out.
Oh,
I
Pick.
don't know if they're fighting or
I
they're
like
about to
that.
make
No,
out.
I think they're.
Or maybe they're going to do the thing where they're fighting and then they start making out.
No, I think he's like, do I have something in my eye? His friend's helping him. That looks like a nice spot. Pretty dark, but I know you wanted to bring out the clouds so you can expose for the foreground and then you can put a graduated filter. Ah, like this.
There you go.
That's really
Pretty easy. It doesn't take much time at all. Level that horizon too. You can do it in post.
I'm not going to do it because we're going fast.
Whoa.
Bruce?
He looks like he's been in a couple of fights.
Dang. Why do their eyes look like that?
Just cold and dead? Is that what you mean?
I give this a pick. That makes me scared. Very nice. Broken tray. They're everywhere.
Seagulls, man. Taking over the world.
Oh,
What
I'm going to
is
give
the
that a pick because it's a
deal?
beautiful picture, but it's so sad. Like it's his funeral and nobody showed up.
Oh, wow. This
Pick.
is really compelling because it's almost a wide angle shot for wildlife. And so it just makes it very interesting because it, exaggerates the proportions of the bird a little bit. Yeah, definitely a pick for that one. You get really close and that counts for a lot.
Man. I would also expose for the bird.
Yeah, brighten that up. Make sure the whites of their feathers are nice and white.
Just.
And we need
going
something
down that
compelling in the
path.
foreground. Like you need to pick some interesting rocks or
Oh, I
something.
saw that.
I like the way that bird was running.
Yeah, I think you need a little. What's going on here?
Maybe it missed focus. Yeah. Or maybe it's just motion
Beautiful
blur.
light.
Yeah, the light coming through was really nice.
I would also brighten up the foreground of this one a little bit. But it's a beautiful sunset. Sneeze.
Chelsea's sneezing, doing her repetitive sneeze thing. I'm flipping through kind of quick. You missed focus here, so if you didn't get the focus, you just didn't get the shot, which is okay. You just have to go back and try again next time. Make sure you use a single autofocus point. Always a single autofocus point and take lots and lots of shots.
Beautiful barred owl.
Yeah, that is a perfect shot of an owl. Really
Really?
nicely done. Oh, sorry.
We
Clicked
both
at the
did it.
same time.
I actually think it looked nice zoomed in a little bit.
Yeah, there's a butterfly in there, but at the wide shot, you wouldn't even necessarily see it.
Nice daffodil shot. I like what you did with the background. I think I might even come in a little closer so you can see these water droplets. That's really pretty.
Yeah, I would have pulled in tighter here. And this is a good shot of a bison. We saw some other bison pictures today, which had, compelling weather. And that
Beautiful.
one extra thing definitely improves the picture.
Man, we have so many great pictures. He's a beautiful one.
Yeah, they're also kind of in that in-between stage at 1/13. Longer shutter speeds would give you featherier pictures,
Yeah.
and that would help. It also might help zooming in a little and kind of cropping out the fencing in the background, which tell a different story.
Yeah, it's kind of a busy picture.
Yeah.
Sorry, my stomach is going crazy. What is
This
this?
monster, is that a bat?
Is this a
It looks like a bat.
Justin? What is this?
That's my guess. Is it some sort of bat?
He's adorable. Well, you definitely wanted...
My stomach's really. I'm so hungry.
We gotta get you fed. You definitely wanted the focal point to be on his eye, and that can be hard because your camera just focused on
I'm
on
gonna
his
give this a
mouth.
pick. This is frightening.
Yeah, but use a single autofocus point
Whoa.
and use continuous and just
Pick.
keep shooting a bunch.
Beautiful
Beautiful
lighting.
shot of the light.
Yeah.
Maybe even a crop would help that one.
Excellent. I would just
Yeah,
bring
you
it
got
in a little bit.
in focus. It
I'm not
looks
gonna
really
crop
nice.
because I'm rolling. I'm gonna
Maybe get
have
lower to the ground for that
foods tonight.
landscape. This shot's just underexposed, but I think we have a really compelling moment happening here, don't you think?
Yeah.
With the cutting of the leaf.
I actually liked their composition, but yours is good too. Pick. I like that shot. Interesting.
I can't call that nature, but it's a cool landscape shot.
This guy's cool.
The bird's head is tilted away, so you want the bird's head tilted towards you to make it interesting.
I'm giving this a pick.
Great
I love,
close up,
love
eliminate
that.
any distractions.
Not sure if this counts as nature.
Beautiful shot, beautiful light. A little crop here would certainly help it do better on social media and stuff, but it's a nice shot.
Most
Great light
beautiful
here
pine
too.
cone.
Yeah, great job finding a nice focal point
I
for
like
it.
the mood, the colors. I like that. Like there's not a lot of contrast in the picture. It's kind of washed out, which matches the lighting. It looks nice.
Yeah, this is one point.
This is
where
one of
not
those
fix
examples.
The black and white points.
Yes,
it
because people
works
say you
perfectly.
don't always need one.
Yeah,
This
and you
is
don't
an
need it because it helps here.
Siobhan, any last questions before we wrap this up?
For Chelsea Stars.
Sure.
Oh, great shot of a
It was
hummingbird.
amazing. Give it a pick right away.
Finn wants to know if y'all have any photos of puffins.
No, but we want puffin pictures.
Yeah, that's definitely on my list.
Was that Finn's puffin picture? No, it wasn't. He also takes beautiful puffin pictures.
Be sure to expose for the subject. You probably also need to
Anything
drop
else, Siobhan?
a spot on that eye there.
Do you know what you're having for dinner yet?
I see
Toby's
French
really
fries.
hungry.
What do you see?
French fries.
French fries.
Do you have any advice for making the most of a cheap and soft lens?
Cheap, soft lens.
I mean, I think that's fine. It's just that the picture needs to be more about mood, storytelling,
like that pine
moments,
cone picture
detail,
wasn't
lighting.
the sharpest. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's not ideal for a wildlife shot like this where detail tends to be important, but yeah, you'll just have to focus on other elements of the photography.
It could be. It could be. Sometimes you can have a bird picture that's more about mood or silhouette, so you can
Yeah.
make it work.
I'll give that one a pick. See if you can apply a selective filter to the background and just remove some of that noise in the background. Chapter 8 of Stunning Digital Photography.
Oh, wow. That's really pretty too. Give that a pick as well.
Yeah, that is. You know, if there were a swan coming through, would provide a good focal point, but it's a nice shot. You might also even like be better off focusing here rather than in the foreground. It's a nice shot. I like the way it kind of fades out into a nice background blur. It's peaceful. You gotta leave. I see.
Yeah, I gotta go. It's 6:02.
Okay, Chelsea's starving. We're going to head
Oh.
out. Thank you to our sponsor, Squarespace. If you want your own awesome website, go to squarespace.com/Tony. Get a 14-day free trial. Set it up. Any type of website will do. If you like it, only then do you have to provide a credit card number. You can use the coupon code portfolio and get 10% off. Thank you for sponsoring us, Squarespace. We'll be back in a couple
you
of
won't see
weeks,
us,
actually.
so, yeah, it's gonna be a little while.
The 27th, we'll be looking at landscape
Get a
pictures.
nice landscape.
So we'll miss you guys, but we'll see you soon. Follow us on social media because we're going to be doing some interesting stuff.
I hope.
Yep, and you should see some cool videos from us in the next couple of weeks.
Thank you. Thanks, Siobhan.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Justin.
Bye.
Bye. Goodbye. Dang.
That is all.
I told you one of those little mini frozen burritos wasn't enough.
No.